This all feels super weird. We've spent the last 5 years looking for a massive project and we just got one. I should be stoked.
In the tough and unpredictable world of Klondike gold mining, Parker Schnabel made the biggest gamble of his career, investing a jaw-dropping $15 million into Dominion Creek. At the core of his high-stakes operation, a cutting-edge wash plant and a relentless crew battling brutal conditions to hit an ambitious goal: 5,000 ounces of gold. But why would a young miner risk everything on one claim? When Parker first set foot on Dominion Creek, no one could have predicted what he'd uncover, or how his massive bet would unfold. This wasn't just any mining site. It was a remote stretch of Yukon wilderness, where winters drop below -40 degrees Fahrenheit, and the ground stays frozen most of the year. At just 28 years old, Parker poured more money into this venture than most people spend on a Beverly Hills mansion. Veteran miners doubted him. Investors were nervous, but Parker had a proven track record. Since taking over his grandfather's mining business as a teenager, he had already pulled over $60 million in gold from the earth. This time, though, the stakes were higher. His target? 5,000 ounces of gold, worth more than $10 million at today's prices. Just securing the mining rights alone cost him $3 million. Would this massive risk pay off? Or would Parker's boldest move yet become his biggest loss? Parker Schnabel's $15 million gamble on Dominion Creek wasn't just about securing the land. It was about having the right tools to make it pay off. $4 million went straight into heavy-duty machines, excavators, bulldozers, and massive rock trucks, all running 24/7 to battle the unforgiving Klondike terrain. The rest of the money? It covered fuel, crew wages, camp costs, and a game-changing piece of equipment that Parker believed could transform his operation. But this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. History had already proven that Dominion Creek was rich in gold. During the legendary Klondike Gold Rush of 1898, early miners, armed with nothing more than picks and shovels, pulled millions from the ground. The problem? They could only dig so deep. Now, with modern technology, Parker's team had the power to go deeper than anyone before them, processing massive amounts of dirt to reach gold deposits that had been untouched for over a century. But the cost of running this operation was staggering. Thousands of dollars burned away every single day on fuel and wages. The math was brutal. To break even, Parker needed to pull at least 20 ounces of gold per day. That's nearly $1 million per month just to stay afloat. His strategy? Work harder. Dig deeper. Use cutting-edge technology to outpace the competition. So, what made Dominion Creek worth such a high-stakes gamble? Parker's research pointed to an ancient river system buried beneath the permafrost, one that had been carrying gold for thousands of years before being covered by layers of rock. This geological setup was similar to some of the richest gold fields in Alaska. If his theory was right, the rewards could be astronomical. But with extreme weather, frozen ground, and a fortune on the line, the risks were just as massive. Dominion Creek wasn't like Parker Schnabel's previous mining sites. It came with tough new challenges. The gold-rich gravel was buried 30 feet beneath frozen mud and rock, meaning his team had to strip away massive layers of permafrost before they could even reach the valuable pay dirt. Imagine trying to unwrap a priceless gift that had been frozen solid and buried under a mountain of ice. That's what Parker was up against. There's a famous quote from hockey legend Wayne Gretzky: "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Parker had this quote plastered on his office wall, a daily reminder of why he was willing to bet $15 million on a single claim. But even Gretzky never had to take a shot this risky. As Parker's crew broke ground on this high-stakes project, one machine stood out from the rest. a custom-built wash plant named Roxanne. It wasn't just big, it was an engineering marvel designed to revolutionize gold mining at Dominion Creek. So what made Roxanne so special? Unlike traditional wash plants that processed around 150 yards of dirt per hour, Roxanne could handle an astonishing 250 yards, making it 40% more efficient than anything Parker had ever used. But its real game-changer was its advanced gold recovery system. Using a combination of specialized gold mats and cutting-edge screening technology, Roxanne could capture even the tiniest gold particles, down to 0.5 millimeter. These tiny pieces would have been lost with older equipment, but now Parker had a serious advantage. The plant itself was a beast, standing 3 stories tall, weighing over 100 tons, and requiring a dedicated team just to keep it running. With Roxanne at the heart of his operation, Parker wasn't just mining for gold. He was betting that technology could give him the edge he needed to strike it big at Dominion Creek. Roxanne wasn't just big, it was smart. The wash plant came equipped with an automated control system that monitored water pressure, material flow, and screening efficiency in real time. This level of automation was unheard of in the Klondike, where most miners still relied on manual adjustments and visual inspections. But with cutting-edge technology came unexpected challenges. The first major problem? The ground itself. Roxanne was so massive that it risked sinking into the thawing permafrost. To prevent this, Parker's crew had to engineer a reinforced foundation using crushed rock and steel supports, an extra expense he hadn't planned for. Then came the water problem. With Roxanne's enhanced processing power, it needed a staggering 4,000 gallons of water per minute to function properly. This meant building an extensive water recycling system, including settlement ponds and pumping stations stretching 0.5 mile across the claim. Harsh Klondike weather created yet another obstacle. Roxanne's advanced electronics weren't built to handle freezing temperatures and constant moisture. To keep them running, the team designed custom-built, climate-controlled housing units, which required extra power and maintenance, but were essential to keeping the plant operating in sub-zero conditions. Despite these hurdles, Roxanne delivered big results right from the start. The payoff? Bigger, faster, and more efficient. On its first full day of operation, Roxanne processed over 2,000 yards of material, almost double what Parker's previous machines could handle. The improved screening efficiency meant less waste, lower fuel costs, and more gold recovery. But the real proof? The gold itself. Thanks to its high-tech recovery system, Roxanne caught several large gold nuggets that would have been missed by older equipment. The biggest surprise? A massive 7-ounce nugget, the largest piece of gold ever found at Dominion Creek. This single gold find made all the months of planning, adjustments, and problem-solving worth it. But for Parker Schnabel, Roxanne wasn't just a machine. It carried deep personal meaning. He named the revolutionary wash plant after his late mother, Roxanne, who had always believed in his mining dreams. It was a reminder to the entire crew that mining isn't just about machines and numbers, it's about people. With Roxanne in full operation, Parker's ambitious 5,000-ounce gold target seemed within reach. But just when things were looking up, the crew was hit with an unexpected challenge, one that would push Parker's $15 million gamble to the limit. The day everything changed at Dominion Creek. Deep in an area where old tailings met untouched ground, Parker's team stumbled upon something big, a discovery that would validate their careful approach to mining this claim. Looking at the exposed ground, Parker had a hunch. In this area right here, I think there's going to be a bunch of gold tailings. If there is, it's great, because there's no stripping. And he was right. The real significance of this find wasn't just its location, it was the timing. With financial pressures mounting and expensive machines burning through fuel and resources daily, the team desperately needed a breakthrough. Up until this point, their cleanouts were decent, but not game-changing. 35 ounces, 40 ounces, even 56.85 ounces in a run. Good, but not enough to justify their massive investment. Then came the moment they had been waiting for. During a critical cleanout, the sluice box revealed an astonishing 125 ounces of gold. But it wasn't just about the amount. It was about where it came from. This gold-rich ground had minimal overburden, meaning they could mine it faster and more efficiently without the time-consuming and expensive stripping process. For Parker and his crew, this wasn't just a lucky break. It was proof that their gamble on Dominion Creek might just pay off in a massive way. As Parker put it bluntly, "We need to start making money, or we'll be broke soon." That's why this gold find couldn't have come at a better time. It was a lifeline for the entire operation. Realizing the potential, Parker and his team quickly shifted gears, focusing all their efforts on this rich gold zone while keeping detailed records of their progress. What made this discovery even more exciting? It confirmed their theories about ancient river channels and historic gold deposits, suggesting there could be even more gold hidden within their claim. Every scoop of dirt had the potential to reveal more of the gold they desperately needed. But beyond the financial boost, this find breathed new life into the team. After weeks of battling freezing temperatures, constant breakdowns, and exhaustion, this discovery proved one thing. Parker's risky $15 million bet on Dominion Creek wasn't a mistake. But success in the Klondike doesn't come easy. The real cost of gold? Grueling hours, relentless pressure, and the sheer physical and mental toll on Parker's crew. Their days started before sunrise and didn't end until long after sunset. The bitter cold, relentless workload, and mechanical failures pushed them to their limits. One of the worst moments? A main water pump failure during a crucial mining phase. With freezing temperatures threatening to shut everything down, the crew worked through the night to keep their operation alive. As word of their success spread, one question remained. Could they handle the pressure and turn this discovery into a fortune? So, Parker pointed out during the crisis that if we don't get this sorted out, we're going to lose it. Right now, it seems like that's our only choice. The shaker deck, which is key for separating gold from waste, had its own set of challenges. When worn-out parts started to threaten production, the crew had to make some pretty risky repairs up to 20 feet in the air, all while dealing with strong winds and rain. Every minute we were down meant missed chances to process pay dirt that could be rich in gold. Training new team members added another layer of difficulty to everything. Parker said, "Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of training new folks, but with the economy being what it is, at least fuel prices are low." The tough economic times meant they could bring in experienced operators, but getting them to fit in with the team while still hitting production goals was a real challenge. The crew was feeling the physical strain in different ways. Long hours on heavy machinery led to chronic fatigue, and the constant vibrations caused numbness in their hands and arms. Even basic tasks became tricky in the muddy conditions where every step had to be taken carefully to avoid getting hurt. Plus, the mental pressure was intense, with millions of dollars on the line. Every choice they made had serious financial consequences. When Parker found problems with the material processing, you could see his frustration. He said, "I shouldn't have to walk your floor." "What's going on, buddy? I thought everyone knew how to dig pay." But there are round rocks everywhere. The crew's living situation showed just how remote their operation was. They spent months away from their families, living in basic digs where work and rest often blended together, especially during the busy mining periods. The brutal reality of gold mining at Dominion Creek. For Parker Schnabel's crew, 18-hour workdays weren't unusual. They were the norm. Keeping their massive fleet of equipment running was a non-stop battle. The extreme Yukon conditions wore down everything, from excavator tracks to conveyor belts, at a rate far faster than expected. Parts that should have lasted all season needed constant replacement, adding to both backbreaking labor and financial pressure. But the real challenge? There was no backup plan. When the processing plant needed modifications, they couldn't just call a repair crew. They had to figure it out themselves, often in freezing temperatures, with limited tools and under intense pressure. Even basic tasks were risky. Checking sluice boxes for gold meant working around high-pressure water systems, and maintaining the wash plant meant climbing slippery surfaces high above the ground. Every moment required full focus and physical endurance. Yet, despite the brutal conditions, the team never gave up. They weren't just chasing gold. They were fighting for their dream. The relentless challenges forged an unbreakable bond among them, proving that success in the Klondike required more than just money and machinery. It demanded sheer willpower. But, as exhaustion set in, a big question loomed. Was this massive gamble even worth it? The economics of modern gold mining. Back in the old Klondike days, miners needed little more than a pan and a dream. But in today's world, gold mining is a multi-million-dollar industry and a high-risk game. Parker's operation burned through thousands of gallons of diesel every single day just to keep the machines running. With costs skyrocketing and no guarantees, one thing became clear. Modern gold mining isn't just about striking it rich. It's about surviving the odds. The sky-high costs of modern gold mining. Even on a good day, Parker Schnabel's operation burned through over $2,000 in fuel alone. Each massive rock truck guzzled around 50 gallons of diesel per shift. And with multiple machines running non-stop, weekly fuel costs often hit 5 figures. But fuel was just one piece of the puzzle. The true cost of running a gold mine labor costs. Skilled machine operators earned $25 to $40 per hour, depending on experience. With a 15-person crew working long shifts, payroll often exceeded $20,000 per week. Equipment maintenance. One excavator track? $15,000. The specialized mats in Roxanne's gold recovery system needed replacing every few weeks, costing thousands each time. Even small parts, like the high-pressure water nozzles in the wash plant, wore out fast due to the constant grind of abrasive materials. Water management costs. Keeping the settling ponds running meant operating powerful pumps, which consumed both fuel and money. On top of that, environmental compliance for water usage and land reclamation added even more financial pressure. The big question: process more or find better ground? Parker knew that every decision came with a cost. Should they push their machines harder to process more dirt or search for richer ground? As he put it, you can fight tooth and nail to be more productive, or you can go out and find ground that's twice as good. The impact of gold prices. Gold prices fluctuated daily, directly affecting how much money they actually made. During this period, gold hovered around $2,000 per ounce, but high operating costs meant their profit margins were much lower than people might think. And then there was insurance. With millions of dollars worth of equipment running in some of the harshest conditions on Earth, protecting their investment wasn't cheap. Modern gold mining wasn't just about digging up treasure. It was a constant battle against costs, breakdowns, and the unpredictable market. The question was, would Parker's massive investment pay off? Or would Dominion Creek become his most expensive lesson yet? Mining at Dominion Creek was no small feat. The team needed extensive insurance coverage, just protecting their equipment cost over $100,000 a year. And that didn't even include liability insurance for the crew. Managing the supply chain was another major challenge. Since they were in a remote location, ordering parts and supplies had to be planned weeks in advance. Keeping extra critical components in stock was expensive, but necessary to avoid costly downtime. Even basic gear, like steel-toed boots and safety equipment, added up to significant monthly expenses. Weather played a huge role in their success. Heavy rain could bring operations to a standstill, while working through harsh winters required specialized equipment and extra fuel for heating. These unpredictable weather challenges made financial planning even tougher. As Parker put it, the more unstable the world gets, the higher gold prices should go. But with massive operational costs eating into their potential profits, the big question remained. What did the future hold for Parker's mining venture at Dominion Creek? As the season progressed, Parker started thinking long-term. He wanted to ensure the operation was sustainable while also looking for new opportunities. His decision to explore mining in Alaska while keeping Dominion Creek running showed his evolving strategy. "We found a promising site in Alaska, and with border restrictions easing, things are looking up," he explained. His team's experience with the game-changing rocks and wash plant had proven even more valuable than expected. "This setup has way more sluice run, which should help us process a lot more material," Parker noted during a crucial stage of operations. With high stakes, unpredictable conditions, and a rapidly evolving strategy, Parker and his crew were in for one of their most challenging yet potentially rewarding seasons yet. This technological advancement set new standards for their future operations, suggesting that similar innovations would play a crucial role in their upcoming ventures. The handling of the Dominion Creek pay dirt revealed important lessons about resource management when processing the material through Lucifer, their initial plant. Parker acknowledged the challenges the economic factors influencing their operation continued to evolve. Parker's observation that a bad economy is good for us and that fuel prices are low revealed his understanding of how broader economic conditions affected mining operations. This insight helped guide their planning for future seasons and investments. Their experience with training and maintaining a skilled crew proved invaluable. "I don't really like training new people that much," Parker had admitted, but the process of building and maintaining a reliable team became crucial for their ongoing success. The knowledge transfer and skill development within the crew strengthened their operational capabilities for future projects. The discovery of rich pay dirt in unexpected areas of Dominion Creek influenced their future prospecting strategies. As Parker noted while examining promising ground in this area right here, "I think there's going to be a bunch of gold in tailings." This kind of geological insight would prove crucial for identifying profitable mining locations in the years ahead. The financial pressures and risks they faced at Dominion Creek shaped their approach to future investments. Their careful monitoring of operational costs from fuel consumption to equipment maintenance established important benchmarks for evaluating new opportunities. Every lesson learned from managing the $15 million investment at Dominion Creek would inform future decision-making. Looking ahead, Parker's operation demonstrated the evolving nature of modern gold mining. The integration of advanced technology, the importance of skilled labor, and the need for strategic resource management all pointed toward a future where success would depend on much more than just finding rich ground. The legacy of their work at Dominion Creek extended beyond the gold recovered. Their innovative approaches to problem-solving, adaptation to challenging conditions, and ability to maintain operations under extreme pressure set new standards for mining in the Klondike. The experience gained at Dominion Creek, from managing complex equipment to handling the psychological pressures of high-stakes mining, prepared Parker and his crew for whatever challenges lay ahead. Their story at Dominion Creek wasn't just about the gold they found, it was about the evolution of a mining operation that helped redefine what was possible in modern gold mining. Parker Schnabel's $15 million gamble at Dominion Creek showcased the true essence of modern gold mining, where cutting-edge technology like Roxy and met raw determination, where every scoop of dirt could mean fortune or failure, and where a crew's resilience was tested daily against nature's harshest elements. From unexpected discoveries to brutal challenges, their journey revealed what it really takes to strike it rich in the Klondike. What would you risk everything for? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't miss future gold mining adventures like the video hits. Subscribe and join our mining community. See you soon.